Ooh, y'all smell that? That smells like Novine victory, y'all. I can smell it in the air. You know, have you guys ever played a game of Risk? You know, I feel like there's me, there's Bloodspeth, there's Chilla, there's all the guys, right? We're all these various countries. I would be one of the smaller countries, of course. You know what I'm saying? And then there's Nova, and it's like a game of Risk, right? And then, you know, Chris Hansen came into the mix. Now he's a superpower. You know, I would say Bloodspeth, Chris Hansen, and I'd like to introduce our new contestant into the ring, Jidion. They coming in like China, Russia, USA, global powers coming in on the Novine continent, Gage Gabriel's land. And guys, it's not looking good. At first, the doors were really closing in. He was getting more and more exposed. Chris Hansen was on his radar. That was bad. You're already pretty much cooked in. But now Jidion, predator catcher himself, massive YouTuber himself, now has Nova on his radar. And he was actually going to talk to Nova on the phone, but obviously Nova didn't accept the call. Nova, you know, I'm talking to you right now. You need to, if we're all really just coming after you and everything like that, Jidion is giving you the perfect opportunity to, you know, basically say, hey, these guys are all just hating on me and they're just saying a whole bunch of false things about me. He's giving you the platform, so do it. But you guys are going to see massive YouTuber Jidion has now learned of NovaOnline, and the content he now does is predator catching videos. I watch them all the time. They're great. You should check them out. But we're just going to get into it. Like, comment, subscribe, and all of that. And let's kind of see what's going on. Also, this is by the Chin Universe. He archived this, so you guys definitely make sure to comment, subscribe, all that good stuff over there. And I don't want to hold you guys up anymore. Let's go.
Look into Nova on. Okay, you know what? Let me look this up. What is Nova? Let me look up Nova. NovaOnline releases Death Note targeting creators. NovaOnline, a tale of gluttony and vengeance. Predators
that's
never
gotta
change. A tale of,
you know, that's got to be crazy. Like, whenever somebody pulls up your YouTube, just that's what they see. You know, it's just terrible.
In South Park, the Discord Nova. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, everybody's saying Turkey Tom. Okay, so Turkey Tom is the video.
Yeah, Nova, when you got this many people making videos on you because you're doing terrible things, yeah, the big names, the bigger names are going to start popping in.
To react to Turkey Tom. Okay, we'll react to this.
In the world of big business, there's an idea known as golden handcuffs. Companies will give their high-value employees lavish incentives to make sure they don't leave. Stock options.
It's like a Jidion / Bowen's watch party right now.
Equity, bonuses, all ways to chain talent to one specific corporation. But what if instead of working at any high-value company, your job was making TikToks? And instead of vacations to Bermuda and a new Benz, the thing making you stay was millions of people watching you destroy your life on a daily basis.
This person likes to wear.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how long ago it was that Turkey Tom made this video. I'm pretty sure it was years ago, but yep, that sounds about right. Things are still going according to plan for Nova 2, exactly as he said in this video.
And soil them.
Trying Wingstop for the first time. These are actually pretty decent.
But this TikToker is hiding a dark secret.
And the relaunch of the Discord server is coming soon.
It's 18 plus.
The server got nuked!
No, not the server.
Who has been repeatedly exposed for his inappropriate interactions with underage individuals.
It's always great too seeing somebody's first, reaction or response to Nova. At first you're like, oh, okay, he's just a little weird, he's just a little quirky. And then you really start getting down the rabbit hole a little bit. You see a video or two and you're like, all right, he does WWE, he does food reviews. All right, maybe there's something wrong with this house a little bit. Maybe he needs to clean up a little bit. Then you really get down the deep, dark holes and you get into things like the Nova files. You learn about the Binkies, you learn about all that type of stuff. And yeah, you end up having a look on your face like Jidion right now. You're just kind of like, oh, I forgot these types of like people exist. Ugh.
And yet continues to document every step of his life online. From his hoarding to his wall where he smears bodily fluids, his food reviews, and his most recent dive into creating adult content, he's a busy guy.
I'm never making another
Discord server again.
See, I can laugh about it because we've all seen this. Like we already know the scoop over here. You already know what I'm saying? So we see this and we're like, South Park Online. Oh, Nova got an OF. Like, haha, like that's funny. Because we've already had to make our amends with it. You know what I mean? We've already had to see the disgust, embrace the disgust. We made a face just like that, and now it's been some time. So it's becoming normalized for us, which is terrible. Which is why we need to go ahead and win this. Because it's about time for this to end. It's been going on for what, 4 or 5 years. I'm ready to see some consequences for some actions. Like, you know what I'm saying? I love making content on Nova, but let's be real here. Like, we need to move on to something else. Let's win, people. Let's win. Like,
he did in fact keep using Discord, and it went about as well as you can imagine. A total disaster. It's clear that at this point, Gabriel yearns for the attention no matter what form it comes in, chains from which he will never free himself. We've got a lot to talk about.
So I know nothing's been bad.
the pure disgust in his face.
Now you guys need to stop trying Wingstop for the first time.
Pull up. First time.
Okay. Mildly spicy, but nothing that I can't bear. These are
By the way, I just had Wingstop 2 days ago, and my boy Nick, he ordered the atomic wings thinking, oh yeah, they're just gonna be a little spicy. Oh, my stomach's still kind of crushed. I can't lie. Like, I've been making trips, if you know what I mean. Like, it's tough out here. Y'all pray for me. Like, comment, subscribe.
actually pretty decent. 8 out of 10.
This video got millions of views, changing Nova's life forever. An ironic fan base formed around him, eager to see what he would review next.
Trying Ultra Sunrise Monster Energy, and if you're wondering why I'm not at home, I'm at my church for Bible camp.
Unfortunately for him, within a matter of just a few months, he was exposed for having an interest in diapers.
Every person we've caught that's been into diapers, they're also into CP. Like, there is definitely a correlation between the two.
I agree. Now, like, obviously there may be some people that just enjoy diapers, you know what I'm saying? But there's got to be some type of correlation. I mean, let's just be real here. We're just going to be honest with ourselves.
Sure. Without a shadow of a doubt. You know? I'm not going to say every person that's into diapers is into CP, but high 90 percentile.
Obviously pretty strange, but in and of itself, it's not technically a crime. What might be is him sharing these strange interests with who he believed to be a 14-year-old girl.
How I wonder why you are up above the world so high, like a diamond.
Oh gosh, this might be one of the Nova videos where I get mad. Y'all know I normally don't get too mad, but every now and then, like, I have to watch enough Nova to where I really, you know what I'm saying? Like, where you really experience the true Gage Gabriel. You know what I mean? And the true Gage Gabriel is really like honestly, like a monster. Like these things, like the Nova files. Like, bro.
Sky, twinkle, twinkle, will die. How I wonder what you are.
You do so great.
Aww.
Not only would he do this, but he would also ask these children explicit questions and show them the diaper I talked about earlier. All to kids around the age of 14. And this is only a fraction of the hard Discord evidence against Nova.
Following this incident, he was subject to being incessantly exposed for his strange behavior and chronically bothered by trolls to the point where his life became a bizarro version of The Truman Show.
I don't know if you can tell, but I've lost my motivation to shower and...
I've lost my motivation to shower?
Crazy. It's like the opposite for me, Gage Gabriel. It's like showering gives me the motivation to go and take on my day because I'm nice and clean.
I didn't know we had to get motivated to shower. Chat, have you ever had to give yourself a motivational pep talk to get in the shower?
Eating.
His house is essentially a hoarder's nightmare. He documented himself attempting to clean it before
Bro's
finally
face.
giving up when he realized it would take at least a little bit of effort.
Y'all know me as the food review guy, the karaoke guy, the guy that tried to do a house cleaning.
I mean, right now I know you're.
Yeah,
failed on that.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, bruh, that's not what we know you for, bro. That's not what we know you for, bro. That's steps down, bro. First we know you for how you be talking in these Discords, right? Then it's probably French onion soup, you know what I'm saying? And then we start getting into your house and all of that and the food reviews, you know, yeah. There's a hierarchy level to this, Gage Gabriel, and at the top of the hierarchy is your weirdo activity. That's what everybody knows you for, bro.
Now cleaning his room at his own pace.
He also continued doing fast food reviews, only to reveal the effect
Man, I haven't seen Nova do a salad review in a minute. I'm just saying.
of a pure slop diet on his bowel movement.
And me, like, I'm trying to watch my health like a little bit, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get a little better. I know, like, I don't have the best eating, like, healthy habits. So especially like watching the Nova content too, like, you know, the people that know me in my actual life, like, you know, we were out at like it's like kind of like bar / grill or whatever yesterday. I just got me like a little soup, you know what I'm saying? Like normally I would have got me a few more brews, but you know, I kept it real chill because you know what I'm saying, I'm 30, I'm Unc over here. We gotta make sure Unc good. And especially watching Nova, he made me be way more critical of myself. Now I'm back in the gym, all of that. Like, so thank you, Gage Gabriel. I never thought I would say this. Thank you, Gage Gabriel. Your life being so awful has made me understand that I want to stay so far from it that it's really made me like start making some positive changes. I hope the people watching too, some of the Jidion fans might be over here, who knows? And obviously my people, the Bowens family. You know what I mean? Get right. Don't be a Gage Gabriel. Because, hey, we done told him to get right. We're not telling him not to get right. We tell him to get right every day on this channel. He just won't. So we'll focus on the people who will actually get right, and that's y'all watching.
Hey y'all, so I think I'm gonna stop going to the Wendy's that I normally go to.
Failed Discord servers, he attempted to create a new one in May of 2025, trying to bring his fan base together at long last. This server featured several channels containing not safe for work content, but Nova and his mod team failed to have a proper age verification system in place, reportedly allowing
I don't think they tried too hard.
minors to be exposed to some bad stuff.
The server rules clearly state you have to be above 18, but you gave a child moderator for singing in voice chat.
What the fuck?
When one user asked if another one was underage, Nova responds with, "At this point, I don't care." It is so blatantly obvious that Nova knew what could happen and still allowed it to. Even his mods were begging him to make it 18 and up, several leaving when he wouldn't. I stepped down.
Imagine having to beg somebody to make a Discord 18 and up. Like, what? Like, that's supposed to be something like, hey, this setting isn't toggled. That's weird. Oh, let me get that right now. Huh? Should have been toggled before. We had to fight with him. We had to plead, Nova, can you please make this 18 plus? That's a shame.
Down as a mod because I don't agree with the way things are being run. And another mod states, I wish I had the answer to that, but unfortunately it seems like some people don't want to keep it restricted to 18 and up only for some reason. For some odd reason. Nova was the owner of this Discord and had 100% of the say in making it age restricted. As you've seen, multiple mods begged him to do so, but Nova wouldn't listen. And it seems he failed to give them a reason as to why he wanted the server to remain unage restricted.
He also used this server
We all know why you wanted that. You're nasty.
to beg his fans for money, despite spending hundreds of dollars a month on useless trinkets and expensive DoorDash orders. And of course, he made sure to share with everyone that his diaper was, in fact, full once again. Within a few hours,
Bro, man.
the entire server was
bring it in,
Nova
Jidion.
was
See
on
what you're
live stream
dealing
when
with
it
here.
initially went
See
down,
what we're
having a
dealing with
total
here,
meltdown
man.
over the loss of
But
his
take it
Discord
in. I know it's tough. I know it's tough.
The server! No! Say something, I'm giving up on you. And there goes the server.
A face only a mother could love. Oh, facts.
These meltdowns get him clicks online where people comment to make fun of him, boosting it in the algorithm. And
how do you get your hair that
it worked.
greasy?
The video got 15 million views, and once again made him the subject of commentary channels that hate him. Nova had officially achieved self-awareness of his status as an internet punching bag, even playing into it as his only means of any online relevance. This is where I last left off with him, trying to recapture whatever semblance of relevance he once had by recreating his hits.
Can I get a French onion soup, please? I think it's time to recreate one of my...
Can I get a French onion soup, please? We'll never forget. We'll never forget the French onion soup, man. Jidion's like, his facial expressions are just killing me because it's like, we've all been there. We all been there. I feel like, you know, seeing I feel like too, that's why a lot of people liked like my channel, especially with like the Cyrex stuff. It's because they were like, hey, well, you don't really know the story, but you understand that you don't understand the story. So there were a lot of people were like, hey, I feel like I can kind of watch it and like learn the lore with you. And like, we kind of get more knowledgeable together. You know what I'm saying? So it's always great seeing somebody new to the lore, you know what I'm saying? And this person being new to the lore is actually going to make an impact. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we going to need some changes around here. Like, we need some action.
Viral moments.
I've never heard of it.
And I just mean legal action, by the way. I don't mean anybody actually, you know, taking actions towards, you know, Nova.
Soup, please.
So what's happened since then? Well, to say the least, his past has once again come back to haunt him. First, one of his former classmates named Casey came forward to share her experience with Nova dating all the way back to middle school. Over a 4-minute video on TikTok, she explains that he was a choir kid, but he wasn't accepted into the school's choir, so he made his own.
Damn. Not even the choir kids want to hang out with you? Damn.
What that apparently meant in practice was that he invited a bunch of girls over and told them that one of the requirements for his choir was for them to be comfortable with using exercise machines for music videos.
Yeah, this is that young Nova Riz technique. You know what I'm saying? Tell them we doing a choir group. Everybody pull up. Everybody pull up. We all in bikinis. That's the Nova Riz method. All right, yo. We take notes. Take notes.
I genuinely can't think of any reasonable explanation for this requirement, so I think we have to assume that Nova's gooning goes all the way back to then.
That's terrible.
In the video eventually found herself in the situation of having to perform a couple of songs alongside Nova, but she decided she would rather not show up at all, which made him very upset, at least according to her. Later on, Casey claims that Nova asked multiple girls to go up to the front of the class, and once they did what he asked, he performed Love Me Like You Do by Ellie Goulding while giving the girls a Magic Mike style lap.
Me trying not to look at the screen.
How did he get a gun? How did he get a bunch of girls to pull up? I couldn't do nothing like, bro. I couldn't have, bro. I couldn't even get the choir girls to pull up to some after school curriculum stuff with me. How did he pull that off?
Of course, when she noticed.
Now, that's a fact though. Like, shoot, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't see myself being able to get the whole choir team pull up back when I was in high school. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't like a nerd or anything. I wasn't like the coolest guy either. But I definitely didn't have it like that. Yeah. Damn, Gabriel Gage.
The direction things were heading, the teacher stepped in and intervened, preventing Nova from permanently traumatizing a group of middle school girls. Besides this incident, Casey claims that pretty much every single girl that went to school with him was equally uncomfortable around him due to how touchy he was. And she closes the video off by sharing a video of one of their choir performances. As you can see here, Nova is the one in the red shirt, and his unique physique is pretty recognizable despite him being much younger. Now, as much as I'm sure everyone is tempted to believe every aspect of this story, there are a few things to note. Firstly, this story supposedly takes place in middle school, so I wouldn't take it too seriously, to be honest. And secondly, we don't know how truthful Casey is being. I'm not accusing her of lying, I'm just saying, remember to take everything that isn't confirmed in these stories with a big grain of salt. Besides—
yeah, because remember guys, like, if you're somebody who claims to know Nova in real life, like, unless you have some evidence or something like that, or used to know him, you know, a lot of those people are going to come out, hey, I know Nova, because they know it's going to be TikTok views. They're obviously going to get a whole bunch of TikTok views, whether they knew Nova or not. You know what I mean? So these things are to be expected for sure.
This former classmate of his, there was also a former friend of Nova's who was in contact with him since mid-2023, who was interviewed by two of Nova's main detractors named Solidus Nova and Bloodspeth.
Wow, Solidus has probably grown so much. Shout out to Solidus, shout out to Bloodspeth, but I'm sure Solidus is like a channel, like subscribers, somebody go check it out. I'm sure it's so much higher now.
This interview, she describes reaching out to him out of pity. She saw how much hate he was getting on TikTok and was hoping that by striking up a friendship, she could ease his sorrows. But over time, she came to the realization,
I can change him. Nova, this isn't you. Let me talk to him. I can make him the better.
that he wasn't just hated for being cringy, but instead for allegations of predatory behavior. Over several screenshots of their Discord conversations, Nova can be seen talking about his general downtrodden state of mind. What's up? My brother is mad at me. Why? I just need time for myself. It isn't your fault, it's mine for being a loser. In another one of these conversations, Nova answers a simple, hey, it's been a long time, with, I'm depressed as hell right now. When asked,
yeah, I know, I stumbled upon Nova's backup like TikTok, and I swear, all it is just like depression quotes. I'm like, man, like, you know what I mean? Like, I understand sometimes you gotta vent a little, sometimes you gotta let it out, but I was like, this can't be like healthy. Like, this can't be a healthy way to get your emotions and everything out there. And you know, like, you know, we all like know some people who kind of, you know, may like, you know, go to social media and kind of like spill their personal emotions and everything out there and everything like that. And normally it's not the best thing to do, you know, it's normally not really going to help out your mental or anything like that.
About what was wrong.
Because the internet don't care about how you feel. Let's keep it a stack.
He has been prescribed antidepressants and has had multiple self-deletion attempts. His reasoning for these feelings is that he's been, quote, backstabbed, mistreated, and played with. Now, if he's truly having these very dark feelings in a very serious manner, then that isn't something to be played with. With that being said, based on the messages, the majority of his problems relate to his time spent online. A practical
That's what I'm saying. Nobody wants anything bad to happen to you. You feel bad because you got a whole bunch of people coming after you because you do bad things. You stop doing bad things and you get off the internet, people stop coming at you and you won't feel bad. It's a cycle. It's a cycle, but it all starts with you, Gabriel Gage.
Solution for someone like him would be to stop making videos and get a job.
Like, you saw that, y'all saw that here. That was egregious.
That he is technically capable of doing. But as this video will make clear, his online infamy is somewhat of an addiction for him, and he thinks that the next hit is always just around the corner. From how often he brings it up in conversations, it seems like he's using the suggestion he will take himself out as a way to garner sympathy, down to the way he trails off every sentence with a ... like
that's exactly what it is. Gabriel Gage is thinking, hey guys, if I say I'm going to do something to myself, then people are gonna feel bad, and then people are gonna stop talking about me and the things that I do, so then I'll be able to continue and I'll be able to talk to kids in Discords, you know what I'm saying, without any type of you know pushback. I don't want any pushback, guys. I don't want any pushback. And if you guys come at me for talking to kids in these Discords, you're being mean.
He's typing out a fan fiction on Wattpad. According to this former friend of his, he only ever initiated a conversation to engage in more self-pity and complain about his life, and had basically no personality besides that.
You know, it always kills me when Nova's like, he gets like, I guess what's the word? Like, he gets too much coming at him at one time and he's like, I'm gonna throw up. like I guess when Nova gets overly excited, he throws up.
His online persona. He never ever showed signs of taking steps to improve his life. What makes all of this worse is that Nova was explaining all of this to a girl who was still technically underage when they were talking. She claims that shortly after discovering him on Twitch playing Fortnite, she was invited into a call with him and one of his friends during his stream. But as enough time passed, he eventually turned his stream off, basically making it a private call between him and this minor. Nova's friend eventually took issue with this, and this is how she recalls it going.
He invited his friend, right? He invited his friend, and then halfway through, he stopped streaming.
Solidus Nova.
His friend, and then his friend goes, you sound kind of young. Nova, how old is she? And he goes, I don't know. And he goes, how old are you? And I said, I'm 15. And he goes, whoa, Nova, she's 15. And he goes, damn it. He screams, damn it.
Damn it.
Love to this girl. He did convey.
You know why he said damn it? It wasn't because she was 15. He said, damn it, she ratted on me. Frick. Ah. I'm gonna call the Trevor Project Hotline.
Convince her to tolerate him pretending to be a baby on voice chats, and even sent a few videos of himself in baby mode and hugging some plushie, as well as showcasing his iced out binky. Although they're
iced out! What?
Iced out binky.
As well as
I done seen it all. I done seen it all.
Imagine if like I pull up to the stream with an iced out binky. Make Gage Gabriel dummy. He'd be like, dang, Jordan got a crazy binky. He said, you ain't got one like me, fam. But no, I would never do that because you guys know how weird it would be for a grown adult man to have an iced out binky around his neck. You guys know, you know how weird that would be for a grown man to pull up to the stream with an iced out binky, even though it would be kind of fresh. Also, too, all the other things that I could like spend my money on getting it with a chain, like the chain could say Jordan. Iced out binky.
Oh, bro, got an iced out binky.
Iced out binky, but
hey, oh my god, hey, I can't.
Got movement, huh?
That's kind of tough.
Nah, as we know, he doesn't do much moving.
Oh, bro, he got it like that. He went to Johnny Dang and he was like, yo, ice this out for me real quick.
Yeah, ice me up. Like, I'm pulling up.
Iced out binky.
Well,
although their
not in his bike, you know, but
beyond talking,
he's pulling up.
I'd say that this could have escalated to something much worse given Nova's reputation. To me, this reads as Nova wanting to talk to someone under the guises of having mental health issues, only to then turn the conversation towards his strange interest shortly thereafter. His real motivation in all of this. If he was allowed to talk to people all day about diapers and whatever else, I really doubt we would hear about his depression very often. But despite these people being somewhat decent sources,
yeah, it's true. If we just left Nova alone and let him do what he wants to do in his discords, I'm pretty sure he'd be a pretty happy individual. Yeah.
On how Nova truly is when the TikToks aren't being recorded, these are girls, and Nova is known for behaving quite differently towards girls than he does with men. We also have testimony from a former coworker of his who, despite having a pretty superficial relationship with him, managed to offer up some interesting nuggets of info. For example, this person claims that contrary to Nova's constant pity party about how no place wants to hire him, at least in the case of the establishment they both—
Nah, I ain't never, no, bro. That boy practicing hip thrusts without the hip thrust. What are you? Bro, you're not even getting the full back contraction. Your traps are activated. That boy.
Let's all do it together. Come on, y'all. Give me one too.
Actually fired,
let's do it.
But instead, he voluntarily resigned. Nova supposedly quit his job because, in his own words, he was making enough money from selling cameos, and he lived with his mom anyway, so he wasn't in need of money. Another thing Nova's coworker says is that his roommate claims to have witnessed Nova wearing diapers. Only now have I really considered the logistics of Nova, a wet diaper enthusiast, working at fast food establishments. How would you—
That's so nasty.
Feel if a greasy-haired, unbathed, bed-bug-ridden, wet diaper-wearing NovaOnline served you your—
Yo, Turkey Tom low-key, he went in right there.
I would rather that. Because, Chad, think about it like this, man. Do you think bro would wash his hands after he just got done taking a dump? Whoa, I was just thinking about it. No,
I don't want my food that close to a man's like dookie. Like, that's disgusting. Like, nah, you handed me the food, and like as you're handing me the food, like you got a full diaper. That's crazy work.
No, because that's poop pheromone. Yeah, no. If I'm walking in,
thought about it for a second.
Register, I've lost my appetite. I've lost my appetite. Yeah, I need to go back home.
food. Or even worse, what if he was the one cooking it? He's practically a walking OSHA violation. I actually don't know how he gets hired in the first place. Unfortunately, the coworker didn't have much to offer besides that, as they didn't spend much time together. But that to me is also notable, because when girls give testimony of their experiences with Nova, they always report him trying to get as close to them as possible. But when it's just a dude, it's like he makes no effort whatsoever to try and establish any kind of relationship. While the information these two brought forward is pretty—
Also, too, let me know, do y'all think Jidion's gonna like really get into this case? I know he was trying to call Nova in the live yesterday. I was sitting there waiting. I was literally just sitting in the live like, call Nova, bro. Like, call Nova, bro. Like, we want to see like what's going on with Nova, bro. Like, I want to see Nova try to defend himself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, obviously, I also in the back of my head too, obviously, like, you know, I knew Nova wasn't gonna like hop in and like, come on now. The last live interview I saw Nova on was with like, I think Bloodspeth in them, and he was like hiding around the corner, like peeping live. Like,
interesting. It totally pales in comparison to other developments that took place after my last video about Nova, also relating to his past. Although it hasn't been something I focused on, one of the most notable incidents during Nova's online presence is the Uncle Drew meltdown. For context, in March 2023, during one of Nova's gaming streams—
the real ones now. Shout out to Uncle Drew. Really, rest in peace.
Damn it! Motherfucker, cocksucker! I throw one of these day! I threw my uncle, and I'm not gonna put up with any more of this! I'm done!
Just like, bro got the I Heart garlic shirt, you know what I'm saying? he got the pokes, they poking out Nova. Like, bro, like sometimes, you know, like, and this is just solid advice. Actually, you know what, Nova? I'm gonna let you have this one because my shirt right now is extremely tight. So you know what? I'm gonna take some self accountability and not go in on you on your pokies today. So you survived this one, Nova. You got lucky that I happen to be wearing a shirt that is definitely too small for me. So I'm not gonna come at you about that.
To the people watching at the time, it was really hard to make out what Nova was even trying to convey. And when he came back, he stayed mostly quiet and turned his face cam off, until he half-heartedly explained what caused the meltdown.
If you've seen the Discord, you'll know what happened with me and my uncle again. We got into another argument. It was for a bullshit reason too. I forgot plans that we had made for Friday and I had scheduled something else. And then he got angry at me because I forgot.
With online trolls, no matter how aggressive and disruptive they could be, Nova for the most part would just respond by becoming despondent and feigning depression. Uncle Drew, on the other hand, was the one person that made him completely drop the act and go—
y'all look at that goat, man. I just wanted to take some time. Absolute goat.
Oh, nuts.
And I'm not gonna put up with any more of this. I'm done. I'm done.
It's the unk factor that no one takes into account.
That's what it is.
Fuck off.
That's what it is. I'm 30 now, so I'm unk. That's why I can whip Gage Gabriel into shape. Gage Gabriel, that's why you fear me, man. It's the unk aura, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm old, I done seen some things, so you know what I mean? I got that slight experience, you know what I mean? That's why you're scared, man. That's why you're scared. It's okay. It's okay. Just embrace it, Gage Gabriel. Just embrace it. And once you embrace it, you'll find that strength to get off the internet and into the promised land. Doesn't that just sound beautiful, guys? It sounds so beautiful.
Eventually, Bloodspeth managed to contact him and get some information directly from Uncle Drew. Nova was sheltered, only child, growing up afraid of everything. The relationship between us was good. I'm the only one to spend time with him, learning how to fish, work on cars. Grandma got him gardening. His mother and father got him into the computer as a way to babysit him so they didn't have to. If you take away his internet access, he has classic withdrawal fits. Screaming, just going off like any spoiled single kid. He's awkward, shy, and afraid of his own shadow. It's TikTok that told him who he can be and that he can do what he wants. There is no right and wrong to him, only what TikTok says, his own words. While these are interesting and definitely shine some light on the true character of Nova, according to Drew, Nova lied about what they had argued about. When he was asked about when their argument started, Uncle Drew replied saying he found out Nova had been lying to him about 2.5 years prior, but he was unwilling to say what Nova was actually lying about. There was no argument. There was was him crossing a line. I put him on the spot over it, and it eventually led to me turning my back on him. It was him going on TikTok, saying false things, and acting like a pervert. That was the final straw. He needs...
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Like, I mean, imagine you have a family member, right? And you like, you go to their content and it's like Nova's content. They're like in binkies. He's got, you know, that where he's got that blouse on. Like, imagine you go to like your family member's content and they're like a large male and they've got like a blouse on and they're dancing in it. Everything's just jiggling around. It's like, you're gonna feel some type of way, you know, like you're gonna hit the family group chat and be like, yo, is bro good? You know what I mean? I always think my content's a little weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, people outside of these spaces think content like this is weird because it involves a dark subject that a lot of people don't feel comfortable talking about. So, you know, if you're like, yeah, I got a channel where, like, you know what I'm saying, we basically cover like predators, you know what I'm saying? And we keep awareness on them so people know how they're moving, and that allows the predator not to be able to move as easily as he'll be able to move. You know, some people will be like, come at me like I'm some type of bully. Like, I'd be like, well, whose team are you on? You on the Predators team? Like, but you know what I mean? It's crazy, but yeah, guys, it's crazy that it works like that. But yeah, pretty much outside of this whole space, people definitely, you know, they look at this whole space a little differently, you know. But hey, we all over here know that good things are happening. You know what I'm saying? Good, godly things are happening over here. We are protecting the youth.
To be under a doctor's care because he has issues, obviously. And if he's being a perv online, how long before he eventually acts?
When a family member says that, that's crazy.
And cost my sister her...
He's already been kicked out the church? Oh, no. But you see, bro, this is the problem with the church, man. The church likes to keep things in the church. And if it's a problem and they don't want to get a bad look, they'll kick you out instead of going to the police.
Position because of his sexually inappropriate questions and his TikTok videos. Honestly, if I ever caught anyone harming a child, I would be hard-pressed to not put a bullet in someone for such crimes. I've made it clear to his TikTok friends threatening me that I'm always armed, and Nova knows this. Bloodspeth then asked Uncle Drew if Nova's TikTok followers had been harassing him, and Drew confirmed, adding that they had also been targeting his sisters, meaning Nova's mom and his aunts. The interview then comes to a halt as Drew says he's in the hospital and is on medication and would rather not say anything else. It seems he was the only person in real life who was truly alarmed by the absolute degeneracy Nova was getting up to, and that's probably why Nova hated him so much. He was the one man unwilling to enable or tolerate his disgusting lifestyle, unlike the people who had joined Nova's Discord servers.
We seen how that goes. If you're just hypercritical of Nova, like he's gonna hate you to the max. He's gonna put you on his death note. You know what I mean? Like, have you guys ever seen Nova I don't think I've ever seen Nova take accountability for anything. I've had this channel for 2 months already, and I don't think I've seen it once. I don't think I've seen him ever once be like, you know what, person on YouTube, TikTok, various platform, you're right. That's a good point. Just on anything, like...
A few months later, Uncle Drew was sent the pictures which had leaked of Nova wearing a onesie and sucking on a pacifier. In response, he asks whoever sent him this stuff to report it to the local sheriff. I'm 18 months in the hospital, so he knows I can't come slap the crap out of him, so please call an officer. Most of this I had no knowledge of, and if my brother were alive, he would have been on top of it and made his life miserable. His mom is a I don't see it so it doesn't happen type. My respect for her is less than zero.
Tell you one thing, and I'm not ashamed to say it. My estimation of NovaOnline as a man just fucking plummeted.
She's not answering my calls or messages, so again, she don't see it. A useless parent. She also lives on the internet, so good luck. Personally, I'd give him a good old-fashioned trip out behind the garage.
How do we know that this is really an uncle?
And let them think that any physical violence is a good idea in any form whatsoever. If any action should be taken by anyone, it's law enforcement in these scenarios. I doubt that's going to happen either way, but no one should be busting anyone's lips open over this stuff. Regardless, Drew does allege several things here. Nova's father...
Can't say uncle. Jidion did make a good point. He said, like, how do we actually know? I'm pretty sure there's like pictures of Nova and his uncle together. Like, you know, people be kind of doing the research. Also, too, I'm pretty sure Nova's mentioned his Uncle Drew plenty of times. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure, like, you know what I mean? Like that type of thing.
Had passed away, and his
but you guys gotta remember, this is his first time, you know, on the lore. First time.
Anyone who will question her son's activities. Sadly, just 1 month after these messages were sent, Uncle Drew passed away, presumably due to whatever caused him to be in the hospital for 18 months. It's worth noting that in his obituary, it said that he spent his life working in special needs care. To me,
somebody was also saying too, they were like, it probably really pisses Nova off that you call him last name, first name. I'm sure y'all knows I call him Gage Gabriel instead of Gabriel Gage. Yeah, I mean, that would kind of annoy me too. Like, imagine just like every time somebody talked to me, they called me Bowens Jordan. It would just kind of irk me, you know?
This is interesting because when it comes to discussing widely hated internet figures, sometimes people will bring up that they're disabled in some way as if to justify the bad things they've done, or at least excuse them from suffering the consequences of their actions. If I am to believe this obituary, Uncle Drew spent his life working with people who were actually disabled. So at least in theory, he knew the difference between someone who is genuinely special needs and someone like Nova, who takes advantage of everyone's tolerance to do whatever he pleases.
And I think, to me, I think that's one of the biggest reasons why why Uncle Drew is such a GOAT. Because Uncle Drew tried. He tried to help raise Nova to be a man. He tried to, you know what I'm saying, tell Nova what's wrong. He's a family member, so he has a direct, reason to want Nova to get better. A lot of us on the internet don't really have to care. Like me, I would prefer Nova get better because that's how my heart is. Like, I'd rather see a story go good, which there's no way this could really go good, but I'd rather see like things go better I'd rather be positive than negative, essentially. You know what I'm saying? But Uncle Drew, amongst all of those things, they say he also worked with people who have like special needs and things like that. So with him being able to see that and interacting with those people, he's telling us, hey guys, Nova's there. He understands what he's doing. He understands right and wrong. I know him. He's my family member. I genuinely know this guy. He knows right from wrong. And all of this he's doing, it's really him, guys. And that's the scariest part. That's the scariest part.
Ultimately, all I can say to Uncle Drew is rest in peace. If his account is true and righteous, then if it weren't for him and Nova's dad when he was still alive, who knows how bad things could have gotten.
Even worse. Yeah.
If there's one person's actions you wouldn't want to personally endorse, it's NovaOnline. It's hard to tell when exactly Gabe's unique urges began to show in real life, but we can actually figure out when they began manifesting online. KF user Osama bin Laden, I assume not the real one, but you never really know these days, managed to find Nova's old Quora account under the name Nick Nyadine. We know that this alias is him because it also shows up in the descriptions of a YouTube channel with a lot of videos that clearly show a much younger Nova, as well as a Twitter account that's tied to him. One of Nova's posts on Quora was a reply to a thread someone else made. This person was asking if they should be worried that their 17-year-old daughter is age regressing.
I know a lot of you guys have seen this stuff, especially on my channel, but it's always good with this stuff to get a real reminder of like just some of the stuff that this man Gage Gabriel be on. Like, sometimes you really gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because you can really get lost in all the French onion soup and all the laughing and all the likes and all the comments. And then we got to remember why we're really here. Sometimes you need a refresher to remember just how egregious this man can be.
To which Nova said this: "You should not be worried at all. She might be dealing with mental issues like I have recently. I'm also 17, and your daughter might be a part of the Age Re community, which is a community of teens and younger adults who regress voluntarily or involuntarily. There are different stages of regression: infant, toddler, and kid. It seems like your daughter is at stage 1 regression, which is the kid stage. Don't be ashamed if she goes into the toddler stage either. They use sippy cups and pacifiers. I use them as
I mean, I feel like if your kid starts doing this, you might want to you should probably start doing taking some action. I don't think you should just embrace it. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's an actual real, what would you call it? Disease, like age regression, but that's not what Nova's on. Like, I hate when he tries to make it sound like he's got this disease. Like, no, it's not the same thing as your fetish, Nova. I'm sorry. It's not.
I use them as well if I age regress.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought the same thing, man.
Regress voluntarily or involuntary? Why would you voluntarily age regress?
All right, guys. That's it. Video over. See? We all get it. It's crazy when you see like I've been in this space for long enough now to where it's driving me crazy, y'all. I'm like, I'm hearing a normal base take and it's like, okay, somebody gonna bust in here or something? Something must be wrong. Is it Iran coming? I'm just playing. I'm playing. But you know what I mean? You guys know what I mean. Like, this is what we all thinking all the time, 24/7. The only person that doesn't get it is Gage Gabriel.
Jid, it still gets worse, bro.
It does. It does, bro.
Oh my gosh.
As well. So at 17 years old, he was already using pacifiers and sippy cups. Parents are usually worried about catching their kids doing drugs or drinking, but imagine if you check your son's bedroom one day and you find binkies and diapers. All of the stuff Nova eventually got in trouble for doing were things that had been brewing for years up until they blew over. And as his former Discord friend showed, even after being exposed, he continued looking for minors to get in contact with. As commentary channels ramped up their attacks on him as a consequence of new information coming out, Nova began watermarking all of his videos, not just visually, but also in audio form.
And I think I'm gonna go with the Pepsi Wild Cherry Zero Sugar.
Exclusive property.
So let's go ahead and pour about.
I've never seen this before. Bro, what was that? Ooh, I just heard some noises. Bro. He hit us, you know that website that we used to use whenever we want to download beats? And it'd be like, purchase at blah, 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 .com.
Yeah, tag, producer tags.
Audio watermarks and, oh my God. Trust me, bro. We know where the content came from. Trust. Yo, thank you for the 5 non-losing season champs, 9-8.
It's funny because it's like he's still doing these. Like, he's got to realize it hasn't stopped anybody. It's only just gotten them roasted more. Like, it's one of those self-awareness things I do. And the thing is if Nova's making money off of his TikTok, the people who are outside of that audience, they're going to see that watermark and all of that and hear that. And they're going to be like, okay, well, let me go to a normal food review channel that doesn't have some obnoxious watermark. I don't even know why I'm saying this out loud right now, because that's just giving that man advice.
What do you think he would say if you asked him why he is the way he is? My bet would be he would blame someone else.
But in this case, it looks like the best of both worlds. Nova was handling his life better overall, and he was still making content, which is his favorite thing to do. Could this story actually have a good ending?
No.
Okay. Is this gonna...
Of course not. It was far too good to be true. In late February of 2026, Twitter user Kells_143 made a thread exposing that Nova was tied to yet another Discord server. Given his reputation with these, there was just no way that this was good news. According to Kells, one of the mods, Defender, was accused by an acquaintance of his of extorting minors into self-harm. Another person, Lucky, is said to be the co-owner of the server, and in a screenshot, he's saying, "When I go to heaven, I'll be greeted by 70 Shodas." If you're mentally well enough to not know what that is, it's basically referring to little boys. If that weren't enough, YouTuber Bloodspec claimed that the server's rules allowed for no maps to post there. No maps being non-offending minor attracted person.
I'm gonna throw up. That's so, oh my God, it's so fucked.
No map. So, hey, I'm never, so, you know, probably like an avid CP watcher, you know, I guess avid CP watchers would consider themselves no maps. Hey, I don't hurt any kids. Hey man, I'm a no map.
concerning of all of this is that besides the aforementioned mods, one of the most prominent members of the server is named Alice, described as a chronically online 17-year-old fangirl of Nova's who can be seen saying all sorts of vile and disgusting things in the server, like having Nova change her pad. Additionally, she could be seen in a private voice chat with him called,
oh man, we already know the stuff that be going on in there is diabolical. Diabolical. And like, really, people really do need to be looking more into Alice, because I believe she said she was, 17. Then she changed her mind and said she was, like, I've never said how old I am and then changed it. Why? I always just say how old I am. I feel like the only reason somebody would do that is if there was some type of malicious intent, or if you were hiding something. I don't know.
Alice's pink bedroom, and could be seen saying that she rocked him to sleep. In another set of messages, she can be seen saying that she needs money so she can go see Nova in real life. While all of these people seem to be pretty unwell in their own right, the biggest takeaway is that it's a sideshow of freaks who want to barnacle onto Nova because that's the only way they'll get talked about online. Don't get me wrong, I'm not defending NovaOnline, but it's important to note that all of these things said about the Discord members are allegations, the veracity of which I can't attest to, even if these people seem to be nasty.
That's right, guys. Remember, these are all allegations. So we just want all the allegations going to Chris Hansen, Jidion, the legal authorities, and then they'll do with that what they will. You know what I'm saying?
On top of that, their actual connection to Nova is mostly limited to them being attention-seeking enablers of his who are just taking advantage of how irresponsible and socially needy he is. Even then, Nova eventually says that it was a bad idea to open another server and expresses that he wants to shut it down and tells everyone to leave. Knowing him, if he does disassociate from these people, it's only a matter of time before he fires up another server and the cycle continues because he just can't.
I think he's opened one since this video was made.
Okay,
the Clash of Clans one, yep.
He's talking inappropriate to minors.
Mm-hmm.
He's weird doing baby stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I don't know if he considers himself no map. Does he consider himself no map? Right?
I don't think so.
Like,
no.
Is there any cheese pizza allegations? Do I need to keep on watching? Like, chat, man, don't get me wrong. Like, this dude was bad, man. But you guys gotta realize, bro, your boy's desensitized. Like, I am pretty desensitized. So it's like, you guys are saying, like, this is crazy. Yep. Okay, let me keep watching.
And the sad, disturbing part of it is, he comes back because he needs people who will engage with him in his roleplay. Usually, I reserve disclaimers for topics that involve death, but honestly, this next thing is so bizarre that I think it merits some degree of warning. So, viewer
warning, disclaimer.
We're about to get into what has been coined the Nova Files.
Okay, what happened?
In the middle of
I gotta see what
Chin Universe.
I gotta see what Jidion think of the Nova Files. Y'all already know, I hate the Nova Files, y'all. I hate that they exist, obviously for good reasons, because it should have never happened. I hate that I had to sit there and watch it because it was boring and it was long. Like, I just hate everything to do with the Nova Files. Like, but the Nova Files have to be out here. The people have to see the files because it really shows who the real Gabriel Gage is. And he's a bad man. Bad man.
Solidus Nova, Bloodspeth, and Purity Sin all came together to post a video that was allegedly taken by a 14-year-old.
It came together like the Avengers.
Nova was on
like people on the Novengers list.
The voice you'll hear in the video that's not Nova is actually a voiceover by Purity Sin, as the person who recorded the video didn't want their identity attached to it in any way.
Rightfully so.
Nova can be seen pretending to be a toddler and hugging stuffed animals.
I have a question. How much are diapers on Little for Big?
Depends on which ones you buy.
Are they comfy?
Nova says he wishes he could be wearing wet diapers every day, but that it would be too expensive.
With a
he
little
would have
girl?
to continually buy them. Which
yes, Jidion. It was with allegedly a 14-year-old. Yep. I want Jidion to take it all in. Take it all in, bro. Take it in. Like, take it in. I know it's hard. But take it all in. We need you to take it in. You got a lot of subscribers. You got a lot of pull. And also too, you know what I'm saying? With me being on the list, somebody like Jidion and Chris Hansen looking into this makes me feel a lot safer. You know what I mean? It's kind of puts up more of a wall, like, you know, I'm like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can go ahead and win this, and yeah, like, I won't have Gage Gabriel coming after me, you know?
She can't afford.
Because let's be real here, he's got way bigger things he needs to worry about than me.
Feels like something you would only find on the dark web.
You do really cute ooh-woo. Ooh-woo?
Can't stand the ooh stuff.
This was just the first of 5 episodes of the Nova Files.
It was so long.
Which is also a video call between Nova and this girl. He actually takes his phone and points it at his crotch while wearing diapers to show it off. All while this girl is referring to him as baby girl. As disturbing as—
Okay, I'm looking at this strictly from like a prey catching stance, right?
Mm-hmm.
With that, I'm trying to think, could we get him arrested with that conversation? Would it being a real minor?
Let us know.
Depends where he lives. Do you guys know what state he lives in? I'm thinking, if
I do, I'm not gonna say it though.
Because he said he showed his crotch area, right? Idaho.
I'm like, why is there not something wrong with it? Like, I guess technically just a phone call, but a phone call like that, I don't know. There's got to be something wrong with this. I mean, there's no, because think about it, the way I see it is like this: is if legally there's nothing wrong with that, then that has to be changed. Something has to be changed, because to me, if something like that happens on mass scale, that sounds awful. To me, if something is okay to do, it should be okay to do a lot. It should be okay to happen tons, you know, everything like that. Imagine if phone calls like that were happening all the time, every day around America. That would be so bad. So bad. So if it's not, then we need to start looking at getting some laws changed or something, like getting some legislation in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, sometimes the laws got to be adjusted a little bit to protect society. That's what laws are here to do. And if the laws aren't protecting society, then all of the normal people got to come together and decide what type of adjustments need to be made. Because people shouldn't be able to do this. It's not okay. It's not okay. Gage Gabriel, that is not okay.
I would have to read up on the laws in Idaho. Did he show it, or did he just show his crotch?
Still.
If he showed his crotch and he still had the diaper on, might not be able to get him. Might not be able to.
I get you, but
there's very little to extract from it as far as
it's like people can really just go out and do that, and they're good to go. Oh no, he didn't do anything wrong.
Enough, though, there is one exception: the end of episode 4 of the files, during which the girl Nova is talking to fakes a seizure, and Nova just stares for minutes straight. Listen, you can have a mental breakdown, a seizure, or a heart attack all you want. When the baby is in his diaper, you sit your white ass down and you listen. But this was just the beginning of Nova's ultimate humiliation. Around February of 2026, Nova could be heard complaining about being catfished.
I'm not in a good mood because I got catfished. No, I'm not okay. I haven't been okay for a long time. I've just been hiding it.
As far as I can tell, he never elaborated with the specifics of who catfished him or anything else about it, really. But due to the kind of degenerates that were in that Discord server with him, many people began to speculate that Nova had fallen into some kind of blackmail trap where he was under threat of having his nudes posted. These suspicions only grew as Nova made an ominous post to his YouTube channel. If this is my last post, I am dead. Expect that if I don't respond within—
He only got 4 likes and 20 comments. Oh my god.
I try not to go in too much, but sometimes it's tough.
His own comments.
You know you doing something wrong when you make a post like this and people still double down. Like, people be tripling down on Nova. Like if y'all go see like Nova backup TikTok, like it's like Nova and he's like, oh man, it's been the hardest, roughest day of my life. And then like you'll look at the first comment, and the first comment will be something like, oh man, that's amazing. Like it'll be something like, you having a terrible day is making me have an amazing day. It's like nobody in the comments is ever like showing love, I guess, as you could say.
With the 10, just FYI, that Nova dude.
Which is crazy. You'd think he would stop sympathy baiting and realize it's not working, but no, nope.
You're lying. Salt, how do you know that? What? Hold up. Oh, bro, my decoys were already on it. Yeah, my decoys were already, people were talking about him.
Weeks of no significant developments, something finally happened. But honestly, I really wish it hadn't. People found out that Nova had an account on an adult video website where he had posted a short video of him stimulating himself with a device. I'm gonna refrain going into more detail because I don't want to promote this account, but the name of it was a direct reference to Nova's usual online handle, and he could be heard commenting on what was happening throughout the entire thing. And apparently his room, and consequently the Hoard, was also visible in the video, visible enough to be recognizable as him.
Pink Braider, man, taking a break from South Park.
You see those gears turning in his head? You see those gears turning in his head? Oh man, it's so good seeing somebody see this stuff for the first time. He's like, what? Like, I remember the first time somebody popped up with that in my chat, I was like, what? Taking a break from South Park to watch your content? Okay. It's just so fun seeing people learn the lore.
What the hell? What? I don't know.
He's so confused.
Apparently, because I didn't actually watch this video, I'm never going to look at this video, and neither should you. What I can tell you is that the description of the video said he was taking a break from watching South Park, and his account's bio lists his relationship status as taken.
So that's what that means. Okay. Ryan with the 2, you got to get this dude Nova out
This
of
stuff
here.
became public knowledge. The first assumption.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when Jidion getting messages like this, like, stuff might happen. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna cover it every step of the way.
Was that no?
Jidion, we appreciate you over here. We appreciate you. Keep doing the good work, man.
Nova was either hacked or he was blackmailed into posting this video. However, instead of even suggesting anything to that effect, Nova stayed radio silent on all ends except on his Telegram.
Oh, he has Telegram GGs. Y'all GGs.
Where he didn't address the video directly, but instead addressed what he says are its consequences. Mom just got sent to the ER. She has too much stress. It was the trolls. One of my detractors, Purity, has accounts on adult websites too, but of course nobody mentions that. I strongly doubt that any troll activity is responsible for Nova's mom's health, and I find it much more like
I don't know if that's true, if Purity has one of those accounts, and 2, like, I don't think Nova even understands that people aren't coming at him for the site or people even using the site. People are coming at him for making content on the site. That's where you're doing too much, Brett. That's where people start judging you. It's like the self-awareness thing, like
likely that this is him blaming something unrelated on the trolls to try and guilt trip people into not making fun of him. Obviously, this wasn't very effective, as people noticed he had been desperately deleting comments from his TikTok referencing the video in any way. Soon enough, the video had already been taken down for a violation of the terms and conditions.
I'm okay with that.
Means it was mass reported. When you take his Telegram messages into consideration, it leads me to think that this was actually done of Nova's own volition.
Bro, you know what? Here.
Me like, hold on now. Watch it now. Where you going? Where you going? Let's be careful here. Let's not be too rash here. I haven't seen it. Like, you know what I mean?
This is what we're gonna do. This Brospeth dude looks like he knows.
Ah, yeah. Bro. He checking in with a real one.
Salt 907, thank you for the 5. I saw a video about the decoy application thing by Major Chilla. It's
Major Chilla, another real one.
NovaOnline.
Yes, man.
NovaOnline.
Shout out to them. They getting that more exposure. Oh, shit. Look at your boy, bro. Your boy made the stream, man. Right, you know what I'm saying? I like to thank my mama, man. I like to thank all y'all throwing the likes, the comments, the subscribes. You know what I'm saying? I would not like to thank Gage Gabriel. You know what I'm saying? This one's for y'all, man. We made it to a Jidion stream. It's crazy out here.
Discord. What?
Are you guys
in Jidion's predator catching Discord? What?
Are you guys having a good day? Is it fantastic? Is it something you would brag about to your friends, your family members? Well, let me tell you one person
I never heard about
who's not having that.
Yeah, you check out Chilla, man. Check out Chilla, man.
Want to live through, but this is Nova's life.
Get on the Lord, man. Get on the Lord. Bring yourself. Come on, join the Novengers, bro.
Brought onto him by himself because he just can't stop being a dummy boy. You see, here.
Now it'd be crazy though. I only been on YouTube for like 2 months. If Nova, if we win this Novine war, you know what I mean? Like we win with swift victory in 3-4 months or something like that. I feel like that's going to be a great start to progressing my YouTube career from here on. You know what I mean? Like we just take a quick victory over here on the channel. Obviously, it's gonna happen not due to me. It's gonna happen to people like Chilla, Speth, Chris Hansen, Jidion. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? It's still. I'm gonna be there every step of the way in the back with my victory flag. You know what I'm saying?
Recently, NovaOnline was exposed for trying to join up on Jidion's predator catching Discord. Now, if you're not aware, Jidion, he used.
Oh my gosh. Yo, I turned 21 in 2 months. Could I still?
The irony, man.
Nova.
It's like you thought that would get the people off your back. You're like, oh, if I like apply to be a decoy, what is it? What am I saying? I'm saying the word I want to say is decoy. If I apply to be a decoy, then I could never be one of the people on the other side because I'm a decoy. I'm one of the good ones. The decoys are always good ones. So, you know, people won't be on my back. Also, too, I can really see how these sting operations are going down. The inner workings from the biggest, you know, content creators who do this. You know, I can really see how they move. How are they really looking in these Discords? How are they really looking in these different servers? Let me learn. I've been really worked up this video. I don't know what's going on, guys. I don't know. I got a little extra energy, maybe.
We're hiring. Of course, Nova. Bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, go talk to. Go talk to him.
Sorry it took me so long, man. I didn't know. Yep, my guy who runs my Discord, he found him on there. Yep, he did apply. This is 100% legit. All right, hold up.
The
guy who's been doing all the interviews with Nova's friends, he just gave me his Discord. I'm about to add him.
Shout out to Blood Speth, man.
Oh my god. I've just been under a rock. Hold up, I'm about to interview the dude.
Hello?
Yo, Blood Spat.
Hey.
What's going on, Jidion?
Yo, the lore be really going crazy. Like, I don't know about y'all, but to me, like, this type of stuff just be so interesting. It's so hype. Just seeing the story, like, progress. Like, from, like, you know, Bloodsmith doing the interviews to Nova really just can't stand Bloodsmith to, like, the list bringing us all together, to us going even harder, bringing in, you know, Chris Hansen, Jidion, to now Bloodsmith is speaking to Jidion. Like I said, it's all like a big game of Risk, and really it's like Nova is just one country and everybody else is just surrounding him. You know what I'm saying? I wonder what country I'd be. I feel like I'd be like a, you know, like a relatively small one, but maybe he can, maybe I'm a small one, but I got a few missiles, you know what I'm saying, I can send out or something like that. Jidion and them, like Bloodspeth and them, they definitely like America, China, like, you know what I'm saying, Russia, them big superpowers.
Bloodspeth. Nice. I wasn't familiar. I just learned about all this today. Have you been trying to reach out to me about this?
I think so. I'm not Well, I know a lot of people always tell me that they're reaching out to a lot of
He must be seeming like one of the most chill people. What did they say? His cortisol levels be low? Because like, I mean, maybe it's because he's been on YouTube so long. I know me too. Y'all know I keep it relatively chill, but like, man, I used to watch and just see little Jidion videos back in the day and stuff. I'm not saying I would be like some starstruck, like, oh my god, like, dude, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But I definitely kind of be like, yo, like, I'm really on like call right now with like one of the biggest YouTubers, as content creators to ever do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all probably hear me like stutter a little bit, like, or like mess up my words, or jumble over my words a little bit, like, just because, like, man, that's kind of crazy, you know?
other larger creators on my behalf. So I guess through that way, yeah, sure.
Bro, man.
But yeah, no, I remember actually, I was very interested in seeing you kind of like do a predator catch on Nova, but sadly that kind of fell through. But yeah, no, definitely we've been wanting to reach you about this.
So I was watching Turkey Tom's thing. So how many minors have you allegedly caught him talking to?
Oh boy. So I think in total, there's one all the way back he was talking to, I think in 2023 or 2024. She was, am I allowed to say the ages on this show? Yeah. She was allegedly, 14 years old. Then there was another 15-year-old. He was 18.
She was 14,
then,
he was 18. Okay.
Yeah. Then I think around when he was 19 or 20, he was talking to this other minor who's 15 years old. She went by Sia online, and she was actually his quote-unquote social media manager. And he was doing things like calling her his woman in YouTube live chats and stuff like that. And yeah, he said he didn't know her age when, yeah.
Y'all see that? That's the face of a man soaking all of this in and plotting. I love it.
Well, he didn't say that. He said she told him she went to university, but she was very clearly a minor. Then there was this other girl. They started talking when he was 18 and she was around 13. And it continued all the way until she was 17. And me and my buddy Solidus Nova, who's a kind of a Nova archiver, interviewed her as well. She's 18 now. But no, he was 18 and she was 13 when they started talking. Then there's this other one, this new Alice girl. She's 17, but she said she was 18 actually, and just said she was 17 to just so Nova would like her. So she's one of those people. But those are just the minors off the top of my head, but they're
That's crazy. Okay, with these, let me look. So he lives in Idaho, right?
Yes, sir.
Idaho age of consent. Ooh. Hey, okay, the age of consent in Idaho is 18 years old. That's a W. So with all this stuff,
that's a W.
Have all the messages saved from like beginning to end?
So for the first girl, it's mostly video calls between the two. And there are, I mean, I have the like original ones if you want them, but there's literally like hours and hours of footage. It was her and him in a private call, but she was also like recording on another device to her friends, which is where the footage was captured. And for the other girl, there's not many messages per se, but she just went on like publicly and admitted she was 15. Then for the other girl, the one we interviewed, that yeah, we have their messages, like all of them. And for the other girl, she's not really come against Nova yet, so we don't have anything as of now. But
and what was the youngest age again?
13.
13. Okay.
Oof.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's not good at all. Okay.
It's not good. That's not good.
What does he say about these allegations when they come out?
Okay. Well, he has a few different deflections he likes to use. His main one is that they're a troll. But, everyone points out even if she was a troll, she's still that age. She's still told you she was that age, and he never has a response. His other new comeback is that it's all AI because, you know, AI is kind of being used to fake things nowadays, even though a lot of the footage is years old. But besides that, he just says it's fake. It literally doesn't go.
It's fake news. Fake news.
That.
So, has there been any CP allegations?
All right, so not in that way specifically, but with that first minor I mentioned, he was very adamant about her going onto this website. It basically revolves around age play. Like, it's where, you know, adults, it's like adult stuff, an adult store, but themed around, you know, kids. It's very disgusting. And he was, you know, asking her to get those outfits, and they're very, very provocative. And I'm sure he was asking for photos, if my memory serves me correctly, but in the way that you're probably meaning it, I don't think there's any knowledge of that as of yet.
Okay. Yeah, my chat just informed me about how he was adamant on becoming one of my decoys.
Oh yeah. He was in, I believe it was your Discord server.
Yeah.
Asking if there's any way he can become one of Jidion's decoys.
I seen that. Well, I'm of the belief, hey, I believe in second chances. You know what I mean? Blood spat. You feel me? Like,
yeah. I'm with you too. Hey, Nova, I'm telling you. Nova. If you want to clean it up, you know what I'm saying? You want to get your, you know, you want to get the people back on your side, man. You gotta go talk to Jidion and talk to him about being one of the decoys. You just say you can be one of the decoys, so you know what I'm saying. Go reach out to Jidion, Nova. Go reach out. I don't know why you acting so scared, Nova. They're like, yeah, dude, go reach out. Clear up the air. Like, I think somebody said, they were like, if Nova wants to clear up the air, if he wants to say, disprove everything, say, hey, everything that we're saying is fake. Somehow the 4 hours of Nova, you know what I'm saying, talking to that girl during the Nova files that I had to watch through, somehow that was fake. You know what I mean? Then that's your perfect way to do it. You're going to have a massive platform. And let's say if it was fake, then all of us are going to look stupid. I mean, if that's really what you want and you think we're so bad, you got us on these lists, make us look stupid. Disprove it, because I would hate for you to disprove it. Bro, I'd already made like 30 videos on you. Like, bro, that would make all my last videos like kind of cooked. Like, so like, you know what I mean? Now, also too, I would say I kind of do wish some of that stuff wasn't. I do wish that stuff kind of wasn't true. So I guess technically I would rather have my videos be like invalidated versus those things that we talked about in those last videos actually of happening. But you guys know what I mean.
No, but
y'all get what I'm saying.
Like him, you know, there's always a bunch of trolls he's talking to. He thinks that are his friends, so I'm sure he's watching this right now as well.
I added him on.
He was Discord, definitely watching.
So, Nova, if you're watching, man, I added you on Discord. You know, I would love to talk to you, man. I would love to talk to you. Get your side. I think we like, you know. Listen, I don't listen to just one side of the story.
I'd love to have hear Jidion talk to Nova, you know, because like I feel like a lot of us that are like really in the community and everything now, like, bro, we're not talking to Nova. I know they tried to like one time and he was basically on his phone, like he wasn't really doing. They didn't get much out of it. So, you know, most of us out here, we already understand that like a Nova interview, you're not really gonna get any information or anything that you really need. So it's almost better left alone. But with Jidion being new and everything like that and how big he is, I think it would be an amazing thing for a Nova Jidion, you know what I'm saying, collab. And like I said, Nova, a lot of those people are new people that have never heard of you. So if you really can defend yourself effectively, then this would be something that would be imperative for you to do for your reputation. You know, like me, if somebody came out and said like false things about me and a big content creator gave me the chance to come up and defend myself and I actually didn't do that, oh boy, I would be there in a millisecond. In a millisecond, because I'd be like, y'all are not gonna keep pooping on my name and I ain't do nothing.
Feel me? I listen to the whole shebang. You feel me? Because there could be a lot of information that other people left out, you know? obviously, I want to give you a fair shake. You know, a lot of people, they would just come to conclusions and, you know, they would write you off. That's not me. That's not me at all. I don't think anybody's the bad guy until I talk to them. And if I talk to them, I usually don't think they're a bad guy.
And I get this, and I know in a lot of these communities, especially in the Nova, like the Rack community, we got some real aggressive people because, I mean, let's be real here. Some of these things that these people do is real aggressive and egregious. You know what I mean? But yeah, I agree with them too. Like we don't want to put anything on anybody that haven't actually done. I would never want to put things on Gage Gabriel that he hasn't actually done. You know what I mean? I would never want to put him in a light, in a bad light simply just to do it. To me, that's bullying. To me, that's what bullying is. Like, you're just punching down on somebody for absolutely no reason. There's no purpose behind it. There's no anything. Now, there's a purpose here. There's a reason why people are actively engaging with NovaOnline making this type of content. And it's so he gets off the internet. Why? Because people don't like the things that he does in Discords because it makes an unsafe place for cupcakes. You guys get it.
So, I mean, yeah, man. I mean, do you know people that talk to him?
Yes, I do. I know people who talk to him, and I know people who know people who have talked to him.
Bro, if you can, let those people know that, and tell them to tell him that I added him. Like, legit Jidion added him, and I mean, bro, I think we could go from there, Bloodsplat. What do you think?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm definitely down to, you know, spread the message to him, and I really hope he does accept your request and talk to you. There's two sides to every story, you know. Yeah. If I've been spreading false allegations, I would really love to know that. So if he can come out and come clean about, you know, his story and what really happened, I think that's the best case scenario for everyone. So many people on TikTok are just, you know, convinced he's this funny fat guy when, you know, he's actually a very, very dangerous and predatory individual. And you know, more people who raise awareness, the better, especially someone like yourself.
My man, no facts.
Absolutely, I agree.
Oh man. So, how long have you been like working this case?
I've been covering Nova for about 2 years now. I think in June or July of 2024, I first started, and it's been certainly a roller coaster from there. And what's more annoying, that'll change.
Facts, man. My brother, man. I mean,
forward and tells their full side of the story so we can get the whole truth. So 100%, I'll take care of that.
Yep. But you guys can basically really see what's going on. Shout out to Chilla. Shout out to Bloodspeth, because Chilla's the first person that kind of let me know what was going on with all this Jidion stuff. Shout out to Chin Universe, Chilla. Shout out to Bloodspeth. Shout out to Jidion. Y'all showed them a bunch of love. Like I said, this is chess not checkers out here, and with Chris Hansen and Jidion coming in, and Nova, you the walls are closing in, man. You try not to address the allegations, and you see what happened as a result of it. But I hope you guys all have an amazing day. All of that good stuff. Get you some wings, and we will catch you on the next video. And like, comment, subscribe too.